the CapEx that they were spending for hardware recycle then became OpEx in essence in the way that they're utilizing cloud. So that's kind of point one. Point two, they often needed less call it human oversight and utility to manage each of these instances of hardware and hardware instances to support the application. So we had about a 2.5 times pickup from on-prem to cloud. What we're seeing now, as we're now introducing these products into the marketplace, agentic products with existing customers, is we're seeing 10x that in some cases. So that utility is much higher because these workers can actually eliminate broad cost elements of delivering a solution and expand the TAM, the total addressable market, through these new offerings. Some are, from what we're saying, again, what we're doing work today, 4x, 5x, some are 10x, some are 20x, the utility that these new agentic solutions can deliver. On the cost side, what we are seeing, and this is for enterprise software companies, so to be clear, this is for software companies. The largest cost component of software companies is typically R&D. Makes up about 30% or so, in essence, of the total cost stack. We are seeing for the generation of new code, 30 and 40% productivity in writing new code, much lower for existing code, but we have standards around that, that over time should be able to reduce your R&D costs pretty significantly. And so we're starting to experience that. We're also finding that same sort of dynamic with customer support. The deflection of calls, for instance. If you have a call center that is taking a call, using these agentic solutions can deflect that, often with a higher net satisfaction with the customer at a much lower cost. And then, of course, back office administration, go to market, et cetera. So what we're experiencing now is the paradigm that companies can actually go from what we call rule of 40, which is a combination of EBITDA margin and growth rates, to rule of 70. They can grow faster with a higher profitability, utilizing these agents to augment and enable these companies to be more efficient in the work that they do for the customers that they support. That's the economic paradigm that we are now experiencing and witnessing. And the key is to do that at scale in a way to capture more of that economic value for our customers. We think about it with our own portfolio. We think that the revenue potential is a multiple of our current revenue potential of our existing portfolio companies.
Okay, so maybe last question on your factories and what you've learned. So how are you thinking about which companies can benefit from AI and which stand to be disrupted in their characteristics?
Yeah, again, we have a first of a kind partnership announced by Satya at first of all our AGM and then ultimately at his Build conference. And building that capability enables us to drive all of our software companies through this process. The key learnings, the capabilities. When you're in the early stages of development, you learn things that others don't, which should enable you to be more effective long term. One of our companies, like I said, Gainsight, where we now have a co-developed an agentic offering for customer. This again, they focus on customer success and customer success representatives. In that one in particular, we're seeing the potential of 10 to 20x times the revenue from individual customers utilizing this solution set.